what linear inverse operator is also linear. Inverse operator is also linear, and with respect to that we have taken some important examples, and immediately after that we have learnt some property. One of the property, that is a unit step function property, but some people say it is not for the syllabus, but for our convenient we have learned this. It's okay, no issues with this. Okay, then immediately after that what happened is, immediately after that we have learned one more thing is, by completing the square, when we complete the square we are going to use a reverse shifting property. Reversely the shifting property, that is your numerator and denominator. If it is in terms of s minus a or s plus a form, first you should take a outside, so that you can write e to the power 80, or if it is minus, e to the power plus 80. If it is minus here, e to the power minus 80, if it is a plus here. So with respect, then after that it is reduced to the f bar s, then you have to apply L inverse, then you will get the f of t. With respect to this also we have taken, you know, the procedure, and we have taken some examples. Am I right? We have taken some examples. Agree or not? All of you agree, no? These are two methods you learned. Next, one more thing is finding the inverse by using the partial fraction method. Partial fractions method. Partial fractions already you learned in your PUC first year. Okay, but to understand it much better, let us go back and how to resolve the given fraction into partial fractions. That also we will learn. That is depending on the denominator, or how the factors exist. Okay, so that we will discuss here. First thing is first we need to check, see if it is of the form, see already you know when it is, see if it is a f of x divided by g of x form, f of x divided by g of x form. This partial fraction, this fraction, you can say it is a, you can call it as a first one proper fraction. I think you remember this proper fraction. Okay, and another one is improper fraction. Improper, I'm sorry. Okay, improper fraction. So if it is a, what is a proper fraction means, proper fraction is a degree of numerator. If it is degree of numerator, if it is less than degree of denominator, that is called a proper. Okay, improper means improper fraction means yes, you cannot skip that. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll directly discuss that. Okay, now what happens, suppose if you are having the functions like this, x divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2, if you multiply this, what happens, it is a degree of the numerator is in terms of what, sorry, degree of the numerator is 1. If you multiply these two, it becomes x square. Degree of the denominator becomes greater than the degree of the numerator. So what we can do, directly we cannot divide this numerator by denominator here, so we can call that as a proper fraction, and we'll divide that into two partial fractions. That is, for that, these two are the condition is, if it is in other words, what we can say, if your denominator is, the denominator factors are linear factors, non-repeated linear factors. These are non-repeated linear factors. Linear means its factor power must be, factor power is 1. Okay, so those are called linear. If it is power is 1, we call that as a linear factor. If these two are non-repeated linear factors, then to resolve this into partial fractions, what we will do, we will split this into two parts by taking some constant, a divided by x plus 1 plus b divided by x plus 2, or if you want, you can take this factor first, no issues. Then after solving, taking the LCM, and after solving this, you will get the value of a and b. Then accordingly you can split this complete fraction into two fractions. Two factors are there, two fractions you can split. Now sometimes what happens, you will get a non-linear product of or a combination of linear and non-linear. We are calling this as a non-linear because power is 2 here. Non-linear, or you can say repeated factors. Repeated factors here. It is repeated factor means x minus 1 whole square means it becomes x minus 1 into x minus 1, which will be repeated factor. So it is called repeated factor if such things exist. That is product of a non-linear, sorry, this is non-linear, product of a non-linear and a linear factor. Then how many factors are there totally? 2 plus 1, 3 factors are there. So it should be divided into 3 parts. For that purpose, if your factor is non-linear repeated factor, then what we will do, we will split this into 3 parts, writing it as a divided by lowest power x minus 1 plus b divided by whatever the power is there x minus 1 whole square plus c divided by one more linear factor. And by after taking the LCM, then we can cancel the denominator, and by putting proper values of x, we can find out the values of a, b, c, and we can substitute here. Then this can be divided into 3 parts, 3 partial fractions. Why these are called partial fractions? Because these are the parts of this complete fraction. If you simplify this once again, after getting the values of a, b, c, once again you will get definitely this original thing back. That is one thing. Next, sometimes what happens, sometimes you will get a product of or combination of linear factor and some of the terms which cannot be factorized. So what we will do there, in that case, the method is a little bit different. See, x square into x, if you multiply this x square into x, you will get x cube. So we must get a 3 constants here. That is rule which already you learned in your PUC first year. Okay, so for that purpose, what we will write, to resolve this into partial fractions, we will write with respect to this factor, we will write with respect to this factor, we will write as this one as ax plus b divided by x square plus 7, and with respect to this linear factor plus c divided by x plus 2, we will write. Hope you understood and you remember these things. Have you understood these 3 rules? If you remember, when you go to the resolving into partial fractions, that becomes very easy. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next thing is, let us take some examples. See here, we are taking generally we are taking it as x, but when we deal with the Laplace transforms, that is, it will be in terms of, in place of x, you will be getting a s. In place of x, you will be getting a s. Okay, because that is a function of a signal which you are going to convert in terms of a time function. Okay. Next, see here. Now, inverse of the calculating inverse transform by the method of partial fractions. Okay, these 3 rules. So please you remember this rule, this rule, this rule. Non-repeated linear factors, repeated linear factor, and a combination of repeated linear factor and repeated non-linear repeated factor, or you can say non-linear factor and linear factor. And this one is where one term which cannot be factorized, either repeated or non-repeated, you cannot factorize this and one term will be linear factor in such case. Okay, next, I'm sorry, next what happens, we'll take some examples relating to this in case of finding the inverse Laplace transform. See, this is the first example. Find the inverse Laplace transform of 2s square minus 6x plus 5 divided by s cube minus 6x square plus 11s minus 6. This example has been asked in your V2 examination in the year 2014 for 6 or 7 marks. Okay. Now what we will do, what we need to do, we need to concentrate on this. This is your f bar s. Okay, completely this is your f. This entire term is, don't get confused, this entire thing is your f bar s. You have to find inverse of this. Now, what we have to do before going to the partial fraction method, we should concentrate on the denominator. See, denominator is there. Is it possible to, we already know some standard methods, and we already know by finding the inverse by completing the square of the denominator. See, we are concentrated. Is it possible to make it perfect square? If this term was not present, we would have done that directly. Or if it is s raised to 4, we would have think for that. Okay, but what happened here? It is s cube minus 6x square plus 7s minus 6s there, and numerator power is s square. You cannot divide numerator by denominator. So what we have to do? We have to think of splitting this into factors. Splitting this into factors. So how to split this into factors? You can use your calculator and you can get the roots. You can get, this is a cubic equation. Okay, you can get the roots, or else what you can do, just a minute, or else what you can do here is you can use one of the method which is called a synthetic division method, or another method which is called inspection method. Now if you use your calci and if you solve this equation by making this is equal to 0, you solve this equation using your calculator. I hope all of you know how to use the, how to get the roots by using calculator. You know or don't know?
Don't know, sir.
You don't know how to get the, see, in your linear differential equations in second semester, linear differential equation of second and higher order, you have found the auxiliary equation, isn't it there? You have found the auxiliary equations, found or not? Yeah, I'll tell you one technique here, just 1 minute, you observe. See, you should write all the coefficients of this. That is, s cube coefficient is 1, s square coefficient is minus 6, s coefficient is plus 11, and constant term is minus 6. Okay, this is called synthetic division method. So what you have to do, you have to try, uh, see, first number you have to keep this as it is, you can add 0 here. Then what you have to do, you have to multiply this number and this number, try it for plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, like that. That is one method. Inspection method means here in this, what you have to do, put s is equal to plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, or plus or minus 3. Let us check that. First, if you put s is equal to 1 here, what happens? If you put plus 1, it becomes 1. Am I right? Minus, this is 1 square is, this becomes 1, no need to write. Then plus 11 into 1, this becomes 11. Then this is a minus 6 as it is. So what happens here? This 11 plus 1 is 12. Then minus 6 is what? Minus 12, plus 12 minus 12, it will be equal to 0. So it will be equal to 0 means what you can say, when you put 1, you will get this entire term will become 0. So that, which means what? S is equal to 1 satisfies this equation, means s is equal to 1 is one of the solution of this equation, or s is equal to 1 is one of the root. So using, that is by inspection method. Okay, now how to get by it by synthetic division method? Take one here. Okay, now keep this one as it is here. This is 0, don't worry, this is 0. Now start multiplying this 1 into 1, what happens? This becomes a 1 here, this becomes a 1. Now add these two, adding only. Okay, no subtraction. Add these two, it becomes what? Minus 5, minus 5. Now multiply this and this. Plus 1 into minus 5 is this becomes a minus 5. Now add these two, what happens? It becomes a 6. Okay, now 1 into 6, this becomes 6. If you add these two, this constant term will become a 0. Constant term at the end you should get a 0. This method is called a synthetic division method. Then if the last term after, at the end, if the last term, if it becomes 0, then we say that this is that is, here I'll solve, here I'll write s is equal to 1 is one of the root. S is equal to 1 is one of the root. S is equal to 1 is one of the root means what you can say, you take this one to this side, s minus 1 is one of the factor of this, one of the factor of this. Once you will get, I'll tell in detail, once you will get one of the factors outside from this, so what we can write there, say I'll write here, if you'll get that, what we can write there, see here, you can write here this one as, sorry, this is given. You can write this term as a, see, this term, okay? You can write this one as a s minus 1, so that if you simplify again original thing, you will get as it is s minus 1 into, now 1 s you have taken outside, it is reduced to the quadratic equation. How you are going to write that quadratic equation? This should be the constant term. You should start from this side here. Coefficient constant term s square. It is cube, no? It is reduced to square, so constant term s square. So s square coefficient is what here? This is a s square coefficient is 1. So you'll write s square, then minus 5 is the s coefficient. You can write it as a s square minus 5s plus 6. Okay, plus 6. Actually, this will be equal to 0. You can write when you want to get the factors of this. Not this entire thing will be equal to 0. Only we are discussing about the how to get the factors of this. How to get the factors of this. Okay. Now see. Now once you extracted one root here, this is reduced to the quadratic form. Once it is reduced to the quadratic form, what you can do there? You have to concentrate on this number and you have to concentrate on this number. You should get two numbers such that you know how to solve quadratic equation. You know or don't know? You know or don't know? You know the method to solve the quadratic equation or don't know?
No, sir.
You don't know how to solve the quadratic equation? Ax square plus bx
We
plus
know,
c?
sir.
Huh?
We know, sir.
Okay, you know. Okay, so what happens? So you will get here, you will get a quadratic equation here. Quadratic equation is what? This part only you need to consider, because if you make this equal to 0, s is equal to 1 root already you got. Then this becomes a s square minus 5s, s square minus 5s plus 6 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Either this is of the form, it is of the form ax square plus bx plus c, or you can write it as a as square plus bs plus a c. C is a constant. So if you split this into two terms, how to split this? If you multiply, you must get plus 6. Two numbers you should get, such that if you multiply, you must get plus 6. If you add, you must get minus 5. Those two numbers are, how you are going to write? Minus 2s minus 3s. Okay. So when you add, you should consider this as. When you multiply, you have to consider only these two numbers. Minus 2 into minus 3 is plus 6. So that you got here. Minus 2s minus 5s minus 3s is minus 5s. That also you got. So the two numbers are minus 2 and minus 3. Then plus this is what? 6 is equal to 0. Now, can anybody tell me how you are going to get the factors out of this? So, from the first two numbers, let us take s common. So, it becomes s minus 2. So, you should consider these two terms and you should take plus or minus common here, so that you should get this term as the common factor. Okay. So, what we will do? This is with the positive sign. This is with the negative sign. So, I want s minus 2 there. So, what I will do? I will take this as a minus 3 common here. It becomes s minus, sorry, minus 3 common, s minus 2 is equal to 0 you will get. Now from these two you are having a s minus 2 as a common factor. Take that outside, s minus 2 common factor, and from this term you left with the s into, you can write from this term you left with the s, from this term you left with the minus 3. So you'll get s minus 2 into s minus 3. Therefore factors of this are s minus 2 and s minus 3. Therefore, what is your final conclusion? What is your final conclusion? Yes, can anybody tell me there? What is your final conclusion? Using calci also you can do this. Okay, I will tell you once the classes begin. I will tell you. Otherwise, in the next class, I will show you how to get the factors or roots using the calculator. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So once you got s is equal to s minus 1, s minus 2, s minus 3 as the factors, so this term, see, afterwards you'll consider the inverse. So numerator you keep as it is. This denominator term, this can be written as s minus 1 into s minus 2 into s minus 3. Now, can anybody tell me what kind of factors? Three factors are there. What kind of factors are these? What kind of factors are these? S minus 1 is different, S minus 2 is different, S minus 3 is different, and power is 1. Means yes,
Linear.
linear, non-repeated linear factors. Okay, non-repeated linear factors, and here there are three factors. So this is equal to, afterwards we'll apply inverse. First we'll convert this in terms of partial fractions. Okay, resolve this into fractions, partial fractions. So consider this. You can write this one as 2s square minus 6x plus 5 as it is. This is I'm sorry, this is s minus 1 into s minus 2 into s minus 3. This is equal to, you can write this one as a divided by s minus 1 plus d divided by s minus 2 plus c divided by s minus 3. Or if you want, you can write this factor here, or you can write this factor here. You can interchange these factors, no issues. But when you interchange these factors, a, b, c values will be interchanged. Okay, is that clear? So now to get the value of, now our job is to resolve this into partial fractions. We have written like this. So depending on the nature of the factors, now our job is to find the value of ABC, find the value of ABC, and substitute here. That gives you the resolution of this into three factors, three partial fractions. Okay, now how to do that? First, we will take the LCM here. We will take the LCM in this part. If you take the LCM in this part, what happens? If you take the LCM, what you will get there? LCM will be, I'll write one step extra here. Okay, this becomes, sorry, LCM will be s minus 1 into s minus 2 into s minus 3. Am I right? S minus 3. So it becomes what? A into bracket. Which quantities are not remaining? S minus 1 is there. S minus 2 and S minus 3 is not there. So I will multiply this A by S minus 2 and S minus 3 with S minus. I will multiply A by S minus 2 and S minus 3. That becomes the first term. Okay. Next, so just a minute. Next, what happens? Plus what you have to do? Plus b into s minus 2 is already present there, but here s minus 1 and s minus 3 are not there. So I have to multiply this b with the s minus 1 and s minus 3. Okay, s minus 3. Then next what happens? Next we have to write this one as, sorry, that those two factors are plus c into s minus 3 is already there. You have to multiply this with s minus 1 and s minus 2. Once you do this, once after doing this, what happens here? This is LHS is equal to, you are getting this much. Okay, now what happens? We have written this step here. How we have written this step? See, this denominator and I'll okay, this denominator and this denominator get cancels. They get cancels, and you will get I'll have this, you will get once it get cancels, you will get yes, directly you can write, no need to write this step in the examination. Directly after taking the LCM, definitely denominators on the both the sides will be same, those two will get cancel. Okay, then finally you will left with the numerator is equal to, what is your numerator? 2s square minus 6x plus 5 is equal to a into s minus 1 is already there, you have multiplied with by s minus 2 into s minus 3 plus b into s minus 2 is already there, so you have to multiply it by, in the numerator, s minus 1 into s minus 3 plus c into s minus 3 is already there, you have to multiply it by s minus 1 and s minus 2. Now this equation we have named it as a star because it plays a very very important role in getting the values of a, b, c. You already know this technique, still I'll tell it once again. Okay, now how to get the value of, a, b, c from this. Okay, so for that purpose what we will do, first we will try to get the value of a. To get the value of a, what is the simplest technique we can do? One technique is you multiply all these things and compare the corresponding coefficients. That is, if s square is present, s square coefficient you compare, s is present, s coefficient you should present, compare, and constant term will be present there, constant term you can compare, and by solving those equations you will get the ABC value. But that method here, it becomes a little bit lengthy, so we'll go for easiest one. How to go for easiest one here? How to go for the easiest method? Yes, Can anybody tell me how to go for the easiest method? See, concentrate here. Here the factors are s minus, I want to get the value of a here. Don't worry about this. S minus 2 and s minus 3 are the factors. Now here you observe one thing. S minus 1 is one common factor. S minus 1 is a common factor. So B and C cannot be 0, but its coefficient something into 0 is 0 or not. So what we will do? We will try to make a, we will try to make a this 0, that is this 0 into B or C will be 0. So what we will do there, what we will do to make this common factor, these two at a time we have to make this 0. So s minus 1 is a common factor in both. So we'll put in this equation, we'll put s is equal to 1 on both the sides. If you put s is equal to 1, 2 into 1, 1 square is 2, that you have written here. 6 into 1, that you have written here, minus 6 plus 5 as it is, equal to a into 1 minus 2, because you are putting s is equal to 1, 1 minus 2, 1 minus 3. Okay, then we have written this directly 0, 0. Actually, this is a b into, you will get a 0, then you will get c into, this is a c into, you will get a 0. Because, see, if you put s is equal to 1 here, 1 minus 1, it becomes 0, 0 into this is completely 0. This completely becomes 0 when you put s is equal to 1, and this completely becomes 0 when you put s is equal to 1. Now finally, here you simplify this part. What happens? This is 6 plus 2 plus sign. Okay, 6 plus 2 is 7. 7 minus 6 is, you will get this as a 1. Now concentrate on this. 1 minus 2, you keep a as it is because you want a value. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. 1 minus 3 is minus 2. If you simplify this, you will get this is equal to, you have already written here, minus into minus plus 2a is equal to 1, or 1 is equal to 2a will get. But we don't want the value of 2a here. We want value of a only. So take this to this side, you will get a is equal to 1 by 2. You will get a is equal to 1 by 2. Is that clear? So a value is what? 1 by 2. Okay. Next, what we need to, a value you got. Now, see, one more thing is directly you cannot go substitute and here, and then you cannot get directly values of this. So next, what we will do, we will get the value of b now. You will get the value of b. To get the value of b, what you should do, you have to concentrate on, you have to try to make this 0 coefficient of a 0 and coefficient of c 0. So which is the common factor here? Here is s minus 2 is there, here s minus 2 is there. Therefore, to make these two 0, you have to put next to get the value of b. To get the value of b, you have to put s is equal to, we have substitute here. If you put s is equal to 2, what happens? 2s square is there. 2s square means 2 into s square is 2 square, that is 2 square is 4. 4 into 2 is 8, which we have written here. Then minus 6 into 2, that becomes 12, which you have written, plus 5 as it is. Now, if you put let's see, s is equal to 2 here, this term goes to 0 directly. If you put s is equal to 2, this term goes 0 directly. So you left with only this term. So what happens? 0 plus b into 2 minus 1 into 2 minus 3 plus 0. So what happens? You simplify, see, 8 plus 5 is 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 minus 12 is 1. Then this is b into 2 minus 1 is plus 1. 3 minus, sorry, 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So you will get this as a minus into plus is minus into plus is minus. Then 1 into 1 is 1. So you will get 1 is equal to minus b. Therefore, we want plus b value. So b is equal to, you will get minus 1. Okay. I hope you understood this. Next, can anybody give me some hints how to get the value of C using the same technique? How to get the value of C? See, we need to concentrate on these two. Okay, we have to make a
plus 3.
Yes. Okay, common factor. Good. Common factor is here. S minus 3 is there. So to get s minus 3 is not here. So what you have to do? You have to put s is equal to 3 in this. Let us check what happens. S is equal to 3, if you put, it becomes 0, then this becomes directly 0. You need to get only this one. So if you put s is equal to 3, If you put s is equal to 3, see here, 2 into 3 square, it is 3 square is 9, 2 into 9 you will get minus 6 into 3 plus 5 you will get. So it becomes what? This is 0, this is 0. C here, 3 minus 1 you will get 2 there, 3 minus 2 you will get 1, which we have written 2 into 1. So it becomes 9 2 is 18 minus 6 3 is 18 plus 5. So 18 18 get cancels. This minus 18 plus 18 get cancels. Only 5 left. Here you will get a plus into plus is plus. You will get a 2 into 1 is 1. 2. 2c you will get. Therefore, we don't want the value of, actually you will get after simplification you will get 2c is equal to, definitely you will get 5. 2c is equal to, definitely you will get 5. Therefore c is equal to, c value will be 5. 5 by 2. C value will be, we don't want 2c here, we want only c. So take this 2 to this side. That becomes c value is 2 by 5. 2 by 5 or 5 by 2? I am saying 2 by 5, you are keeping quiet. It is a 5 by 2, isn't it? 5 by 2. Once you got this, therefore, see here, go back to this equation. From using this equation, you got all the values of A, B, C, all the values of A, B, C. Pick up those values of A, B, C, pick up those values of A, B, C, and substitute in equation 1. Therefore, what happens? Equation 1 becomes 2s square minus 6s plus 5 divided by s cube minus 6x square plus 11s minus 6 is equal to, a value is 1 by 2, 1 by 2 divided by s minus 1 plus you can write a b value is minus 1 divided by s minus 2 plus c value is 5 by 2, 5 by 2 divided by s minus 3 you can write. But we don't want this. Just we are resolving this into partial fractions to find inverse of this. Okay, inverse Laplace transform of this. So apply L inverse to this. So both the sides you will get using what we can say linearity property. You can write 1 by 2 times this becomes 1 divided by s minus 1. So here minus you can take, you can write as L inverse of 1 divided by s minus 2 plus 5 by 2 is constant, take that outside and apply L inverse to this. That becomes L inverse of 1 divided by s minus 3. Now 1 by 2 as it is. What is L inverse of 1 divided by s minus a? What is L inverse of 1 divided by s minus a?
E raised to
It
80.
is e raised to 80. It is in the standard form, isn't it? It is in the standard form. This is in the standard form of the type 1 divided by s minus a. So in place of a, you are having 1 here. So you can write for this L inverse of s minus 1 is e to the power t. Then minus as it is here, it is also in the standard form. S power is 1. A value are having something there. So that is minus 2 you are having. So again using the standard result, you can write it as a e to L inverse of 1 divided by s minus 2 is can be written as e to the power minus, sorry, e to the power 2t plus 2t. Now 5 by 2 as it is. Again this is in the standard form of the type 1 divided by s minus a. So you can write this one as e to the power 3t, e to the power 3t. Therefore L inverse of this quantity is this given function or given f bar is what? 1 by 2 times e to the power t minus e raised to 2t plus 5 by 2 times e to the power 3t. Okay, is that clear? This is your final answer. This is one of the very important example as far as your VTube examinations are concerned. Is that clear? Dear friends, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All are replying yes, yes. So hope you remember this technique of resolving into partial fractions. So shall we go for the next example now? Shall we go for the next example?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now this, see, this
Yes.
example has been asked in the year VTU examination in the year 2016. The example is find the inverse Laplace transform of 4s plus 5 divided by s minus 1 whole square divided by s plus 2. First and foremost thing, once they have given in this format, what you have to think? we have to concentrate more on the denominator. Numerator, you don't worry, more on the denominator. Now, if you simplify this denominator, what happens? It will become s square into s means it will become s cube. Numerator power is 1. Therefore, you cannot divide numerator by denominator because degree of the numerator is what? Greater than, sorry, less than the degree of the denominator. So it is what? Proper or improper fraction? Proper fraction or improper fraction? Proper.
Improper.
I said in the beginning I told something wrong, but it is a, if the degree of the numerator is less than, if it is less than degree of the denominator, then we can say that is a proper fraction. If the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator, that is called improper. And every improper fraction can be expressed as a sum of a polynomial and a proper fraction. Okay, sum of a polynomial and a proper fraction. Please make the correction. In the beginning, in hurry, I told little bit wrong there. So it is a degree of the numerator. If it is less than the degree of the denominator, then that is called proper. If the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator, that is called improper. Is that clear? Keep in mind. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now we'll try to solve this. See, already you concentrate on this. Already this is splitted in terms of factors. It is not like this first example. Already you are given in terms of factors are splitted there. But only thing you need to check whether those factors are linear factors or repeated or non-repeated, like that. So here you observe s minus 1 whole square is there. S minus 1 is a factor. Its power is 2, means it is what? Non-linear factor, or you can say it is a repeated factor. It is a repeated factor. Now s plus 2 raised to 1 is there. So this is a linear factor. So it is a combination of a repeated factor or a non-linear and linear factor. So you need to concentrate. So how many factors are there totally? How many factors are there? How many factors are there totally?
2, sir.
2. I want to resolve
3.
3. Already written here. See, just observe this. See, s minus 1 into s minus 1 into s plus 2. So there are 3 factors. Okay, but this is a repeated factor. So it seems to be, you can say you are saying it as a 2 factor, but there are 3 factors actually. Okay, so you have to split this into 3 parts. You have to split this into 3 parts. Okay, so what we will do? Therefore, first you will split this into 3 parts. We'll write this as a 4s plus 5 divided by s minus 1 whole square into s plus 2 is equal to a divided by s minus 1 plus b divided by s minus 1 whole square plus c divided by s plus 2. Or else, if you want, you can write this here, no issues. You can write this here, no issues. You can interchange these factors. If you interchange these factors, only thing, the value of a, b, c will interchange. Nothing will happen. Value of this fraction remains as it is. Is that clear? Now again, what I will do? We have written this directly. How we have written this directly? Can anybody tell me? Yes? Can anybody tell me quickly?
Taking LCM.
Okay. If you take the LCM here, s minus 1 square into s plus 2 you will get. Okay. S minus 1 square into s plus 2 means, see here s minus 1 power is 1 there. So you have to multiply this by s minus 1 into s plus 2 is also not there. So s plus 2. Now if you take here, what happens? It becomes LCM. If you take, it becomes s minus 1 square is already present there. You have to multiply it by s plus 2, and here it is s plus 2 only is there. You can write this one as a s minus 1 whole square, highest power. Okay, next, after writing this, what happens? Denominator on both the sides will get cancelled, because if you take the LCM, here denominator will be s minus 1 whole square into s plus 2. Here also denominator is s minus 1 whole square into s plus 2. Those two will get cancelled. So you left with only these terms. Now using this, you have to get the value of a, b, c. Now directly here it is not possible to get all the values, but by observing this you can say that is now first I want to get the value of a here. To get the value of a, what you need to do? See, if you go back to these two, you cannot make directly these two 0. Is it possible to get the value of a directly? Directly it is not possible, but instead of getting the value of a here, you can get the value of b. It is not necessary that it is not there is no condition that you should get a only first, then you should get b, then you should get c. Any one, if it is possible, any one value you can get first. Okay, no issues. Then what you can do here? See, you observe here. Here s plus 2 is one factor here, or s minus 2 is one factor here. Also s minus 2 is a common factor in these two, first and last, coefficient of a and coefficient of c. So in the coefficient of b, s minus 1 is not present. So by observing this fact, you can see that you can make by putting s is equal to 1, you can make this 0 directly. You can make this 0 directly. Okay, that's why we are using that technique here. Put s is equal to 1. If you put s is equal to 1, what you will get? 4s plus 5 is equal to, this becomes 0, then this becomes b into 1 plus 2, and this becomes c into s minus 1 to 0. Is that clear? Okay. Now what happens? So this term will directly 0. It becomes a 3b. So it is a 5 plus 4. 4 into 1 is 4. 5 plus 4 is 9. It becomes a 9 is equal to 3b. We don't want 3b value here. Therefore, b is equal to, you will get 9 divided by 3. So 3 ones are 3 threes are. You will get this b value as a 3. Okay. Next, we'll come back to this equation. We'll come back to this equation, and you will get the value of we'll try to get the value of other any constant. B value you got now. Now I'll try to get the a value, which is not possible here because no common terms in these two. So you'll concentrate on this, getting the value of c here. So here you observe s plus 2 is present. So think that how to make this s plus 2 0 here. How to make this s plus 2 0? See, if you are getting confused with the values, make this factor s plus 2 is equal to 0. So you will get s is equal to minus 2. By putting this value, definitely you will get these two factors 0. So this technique you have to use when you solve the examples, if you are getting more difficulty in the examples. So what you have to do? So what I will do there, we will put s is equal to, we will put s is equal to minus 2. So it becomes 4 into minus 2 plus 5. Then if you put s is equal to minus 2 here, if you put s is equal to minus 2 here, minus 2 plus 2, it becomes 0. 0 into anything is 0. This becomes 0. So these two terms will directly become 0. So you will get a c into this term. 4 minus 2 plus 5 is equal to, this is 0, this is 0, c into minus 1 whole square. Minus 1 minus 2, sorry, minus 2 minus 1 whole square. So minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. Minus 3 whole square means you will get a minus 3 whole square means you will get a 9. So it becomes 9c is equal to, this is here, 4 2s are 8, minus 8 plus 5, it becomes a minus 3, which you have written here. So we don't want 9c value here, we want a c value. So that becomes a c is equal to minus 3 divided by 9. 3 ones are 3 threes are. If you simplify, you will get a c is equal to minus 1 by 3. Now after this, a, b and c value you got. To get the value of a, to get the value of a, what you should do? Can anybody give me some hints there? Yes, what you should do is you should simplify this. If you simplify this, what you will get? If you multiply these two, you will get s square minus s. Am I right here? This is plus 2s. This is plus s. You will get plus s minus 2 into a. You will get okay. B value already you got. Don't worry. Then you will get this one as a bs plus 2b. You can write this one. Then if you expand this, it becomes c into, this is s square minus 2s plus 1 you will get. Now what we will do, we will make groups here. S square coefficient, S coefficient, all those things. S coefficient is already present here, but S square coefficient is not present here in the LHS. So what we will do? We will take the S square coefficient from both the sides. S square coefficient means you have to multiply this A into S square you will get here. From this you will get C into S square. S square is not present means you have to, I want the value of A, isn't it? C value already you got. So what we need to do? Therefore, comparing the coefficient of S square both the sides, you will get 0 is equal to A plus C. 0 is equal to A plus C means A is equal to minus C. C value already got here. Substitute that C value here. That gives you the A value. Once you got A, B, C value, go back to the equation. Then you can write 4S plus 5 divided by S minus 1 whole square. 3S plus 1 is equal to 1 by 3 divided by S minus 1 plus 3 divided by S minus 1 whole square minus 1 divided by 3 divided by S plus 2 you will get. Operating L inverse on this. So you can write like this. That is L inverse of 1 by 3 divided by S minus 1 plus 3 divided by S minus 1 whole square minus 1 by 3 S plus 2. Now you need to be a little bit careful after this step. You need to be a little bit careful after this step. Just I will move a little bit quickly. Now this becomes operating L inverse. It becomes 1 by 3 is outside. L inverse of 1 by S. 3 outside. L inverse of L inverse of 1 divided by S minus 1 whole square minus 1 by 3 into L inverse of 1 divided by S plus 2. See, this is in the standard form. This is in the standard form. Directly we can write this one as 1 by 3 into e to the power t. It is minus 1, therefore you can write this as minus plus t. Then 1 divided by S plus 2 is there. You can write this one as e to the power minus 2t. But here you need to concentrate a little bit carefully here. It is of the form, denominator is in the form S minus A, numerator is 1 there, don't worry. So what you have to do, square is there. If it is only, if it square is not present, you would have written this one as e to the power t only, but square is present. So first what you have to do, shifting property you have to use back here. Taking this 1 outside, it becomes 3 into e to the power t. Then you left with the L inverse of 1 divided by S square. Now what is L inverse of 1 divided by S square? This term as it is, 3 as it is. L inverse of 1 divided by S square means it is of the form S raised to n plus 1. So you can write this one as S t raised to n divided by n factorial. If you compare this S square means it 1 plus 1. So it becomes t raised to 1 divided by 1 factor, which is t. Therefore, this term as it is. Therefore, inverse Laplace transform of this is what is that? Yes, 1 by 3 into 3 into e to the power t plus 3 into e to the power t into t minus 1 by 3 into e to the power minus 2t. Okay, is that clear? Hope it is clear. Okay, now I think I will be having next class, so we'll stop here. We'll stop here. Then quickly I will collect attendance.